So what we get into here, this is a 2005 International 7500 with the DT 570, 8LL trans, 6x4 or 4x6, whatever you want to call it. Pretty decent looking truck. It's got a Hiab 335K hipro boom on it with the ride-on seat, or it does have remote. From what I was told, it was a spare at a company. They had another one they were using, this one just sitting around, so they decided to trade it in on a newer one, or decided to get rid of it. Either way, that was the story. So let's jump into the worst part, is the cracked frame, and it is right under the crane. But it isn't actually the crane, it is the steel tube for this flatbed that runs up through here. And maybe it technically is part of the crane, I don't really know. I'll have to look through that and think a little bit. The crane's got a doubler, so you got your truck frame rail, you got this doubler right here, you got these big bolts. I mean, these things are massive. I'll have to figure out how big they are. Then you got a crack running right on the back side of this crane. Somebody's tried to scab a plate in poorly, so we're gonna have to try to figure out how to cut that off, get this bolt out of the way, hopefully cut that off. I'm guessing they just tried to weld that with that bolt in place, because it doesn't look like this bolt has been removed anytime soon. So that's gonna be a decent job. I need to get under here too and look at the clutch brake. I think the clutch brake's out of it. It's a little bit hard to get into gear, and the PTO likes to grind a little bit. So other than that, supposedly, I won't say supposedly, I did see the documents, it has a reman engine in it, 200 and something thousand. I think they reset the cluster, they call it 198 right now, but those drives could stand a little work. They're not in horrible shape. These are great. The tag's a little bit flat spotted. Don't really care, won't use that. I did notice some cracking right through here, so need some weld repair on that. I need to look into that rest. I don't know, we have some damage on the hydraulic hoses over here. I don't know if the rest caused it or what, but I'm kind of looking this over as you guys are. I wanted to do a video when it got here, but it kind of showed up by surprise. I used a drive-away service to drive it to me, and they kind of showed up out of nowhere. This tire here is half bald. Those two drives are good, the fronts are good. Everything looks fairly decent from what I can tell. This thing, I imagine, has carried a lot of weight in its day. I don't expect to carry any significant weight with it. I will take it and go get it weighed and tag it. I will tag it under its GVW for sure, because I don't plan to carry that much weight with it. We're going to use it for tree work. Let's look under here. How's this side look? No cracks over here. A little bit of a crack right there under that. These things are a little bit tricky. It's been sitting here for 2 days. I don't see any drips or leak spots, so that's a good sign. So I think we got us a pretty good crane, and I knew it had some issues. So let's go over here and look at this hydraulic leak. So the day it arrived, I did try to fly it and just check out the boom a little bit. I was driving it from the operator seat, so of course you're 30 foot down here, and you got these steel tubes running through here and some hose trays. See if I can step down here without falling. So you got these hose trays, and you got this thing at the back of the hose tray here. It kind of protects the hoses, and then there's also a little bar in there that keeps them up. For some reason, this lower one is all mangled to hell. I didn't see that. It was concealed up in this cover. And I don't know if that's part of what caused it or what, but as I started to extend out, one of these bolts hung on the back of that fitting and pulled that line, broke that line. So I've already asked to order 2 more of these from Hiab. One of these and this one in the middle. It's kind of turned up real high for some reason. I'm gonna have to take this tray off right here and try to straighten all that out. I think the Hiab guy said that thing's like $1,000 tray for some reason. It's not even that elaborate. Why would it be $1,000? I'm scared to see the prices on these tubes. I'm also worried about these because these tubes here are bent up pretty bad now too that I'm looking at it. So maybe I can bend them back down, but or maybe that doesn't matter when it runs all the way back. I don't know. We'll have to, I got to get this cover off, get some things going here. I'm going to get this truck fired up and move some stuff around. But that was unexpected. Everything else was expected, except the clutch brake. That wasn't expected either, but this was the big unexpected thing. It's all right, guys. How'd we end up with this truck? It's kind of not my norm. I bought it at a dealer and not at an auction. So I bought this truck from Allied Truck and Trailer out of North Carolina. And this is not a paid promotion. This is not a sponsored video. This is just me telling you the truth of what I've dealt with on this truck. So the truck obviously has its issues. I don't even think I told you the air compressor is maybe weak. It's real slow to build air, kind of struggles at idle to hold air. So something else I gotta look at, but I think we can handle that too. So truck's got issues. So what did Allied do about it? Well, number one, they were pretty upfront about everything that they knew of, as far as I can tell. I don't know Jeff. I dealt with Jeff Sellers. I don't know him personally, never dealt with him before. So I just found him online one night and sent him an email about the truck. And I've got this guy calling me at 6:30 the next morning. So he didn't realize we're an hour time difference, but not a big deal. So the cracked frame, that was in the pictures online. I knew it had a cracked frame. It was in the description. I don't think they talked about the tires, but when I called them, I asked about condition of tires, condition of truck, did they use it, did the boom work, did it have a remote? He said yep, they had actually used it to unload another boom off of a truck because that boom had issues. So I started, when I got this thing and I blew the hoses right out of the gate, I started messaging Jeff. And I think it kind of concerned Jeff, but rightfully so. You just sold something, now it's got a bunch of problems that you didn't disclose. I don't think it was Jeff's fault that they didn't disclose it, because he did send me a video of them unloading that other crane with this crane. So get you guys out of the sun. So in that video, I did notice they used this crane to pick the heavy part of a crane just like this. So when they did that, they of course had the boom all the way sucked in. So they didn't really fully exercise the boom, which I knew I wasn't buying like a turnkey certified boom. I knew it had some issues. So they didn't lie, they exercised it. I think they just, and I don't think anybody would expect, because looking at it from the ground, you couldn't tell any of that was bent up. So I don't think they would have expected that to be bent up either. So that's just one of those, they missed it, not intentionally, I don't believe. So all in all, again, I got it at a pretty reasonable price too, so that's a small price to pay, I think. So all in all, I'm very happy with the purchase. I would buy from Allied Truck and Trailer again. I know they deal in these booms, they take some off, they've got some sitting around. I even talked prices on some of them. So again, they help set up the shipping on all this. So easy to deal with, reasonable price. And from what I can gather, they tried to accurately describe the truck. It's been sitting here for a couple days, not a single leak underneath it. So all in all, I think I got a pretty good project, or a pretty good foundation to start my next project on. and happy with the purchase. And I'm happier than going to an auction, truthfully, because if you go buy an auction, you got to set up your own shipping, got to deal with getting it around. It was a little easier. I didn't want to go 700 miles for this thing, because really for the price of the drive-away service and the price I would have had getting myself down there and bringing it back, I wouldn't have saved a whole ton of money anyway. So let's jump into what we're going to do with this thing. So I will say we are not getting into building materials. The plan will be to remove this fork attachment and procure a grapple saw. And I'm pretty sure I can reuse this rotator, hopefully. But we're going to find that out together, because I've never built a grapple saw truck, but we're going to try. So if you want to stick around on the channel and watch us build this grapple saw truck, I suggest you subscribe. Also, you'll get to see me work on this thing and repair it some, because I've never dealt with a clutch brake. These other trucks have all been pretty reliable. I haven't really had to do much to any of them, other than that one had to have a reman engine, or had to have an in-frame overhaul when we bought it. Other than that, it's been pretty maintenance free. The plan will be that we're going to sell these two Freightliners. I kind of like the Freightliners. I think the chassis and the cabs are better built than the Internationals. These are automatics. They run great. That's a manual. That's a manual. So I will still have one automatic, but I was really looking for one of these an automatic, because I'm getting older and lazy, and I like an automatic. I'm getting kind of spoiled. But that one is actually on Facebook Marketplace right now for sale. That one's going up there next. So I probably will hold on that one just a little bit until I get this one up and going, because I still need a crane. So even those covers, they're going to be heavy enough. I'm probably going to use the crane to take them off. I'm not going to try to manhandle a bunch of that stuff. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the review. Learn about how I got this truck. Stay tuned. We're going to start working on it. Thanks for watching.